Hi, I'm Rota Ran. I'm the Volunteering Development Manager at BBOUT, and this is a presentation I put together recruiting and empowering volunteers for community groups. I question whether volunteer is the best word to use when we're talking about encouraging local people to get involved with the activities of community groups. Volunteer implies someone who offers an organisation their time and work for free, whereas I believe that community groups are looking for local people to co-create, to join in with activities and to share responsibility for them. I wonder whether we should be using a different word, such as member, friend of, or champion, something like that. Because after all, our intention is to empower local people to take action for their environment. It's interesting to think about why people might get involved. Maybe we want to be part of something that enhances our community. Maybe we've got a belief in the cause. That's usually the key factor. BBOUT volunteers tell us that learning new skills and sharing their existing skills is important to them. And of course, the opportunity to socialise and to make new friends is probably at the heart of any community activity. So the first step in encouraging community involvement is the mission statement. What do we do? How do we do it? And why do we do it? It's the beginning of the psychological contract which engages participants. It's the I align with this intent, therefore I'd like to know more about getting involved. I was Googling and I found this lovely one from Clidderson. We are a registered charity working since 2004 to conserve, enhance and regenerate a thriving natural environment, including the flora and fauna in and around Clidderton, for the benefit of the community as a whole. We are a small village doing big things for nature. It sort of says it all. It's their mission wrapped up in that package. So you've been clear about the problem and your solution with the mission statement. These are some more ideas to encourage newcomers to get involved. Create a sense of urgency. We need to take action now because provide an action for people to take. Ask them for a donation and make it easy to give, maybe an online giving page, which also has the advantage of collecting the potentially to collect consent for future communications. Take lots of photos and videos and share them widely. And tell your story. Stories often engage and inspire in a way that lists of facts don't. They help us to engage on an emotional level. It might be a good idea to use a door drop questionnaire to gather opinions and engage interest. And by completing a questionnaire, participants are demonstrating that they are actually willing to get involved. Share press releases with local publications and radio. They're always looking for good news stories, and environmental issues are very topical. And communicate that newcomers are needed. We sometimes forget that people might feel shy or inadequate, and so an open statement of welcome might encourage less confident participants. Use the community organising framework. The community organising framework is a model of community involvement which emphasises the power of individuals and groups joining together on their own accord to provoke change. It echoes the idea that involvement is less about volunteering and more about taking action for the things we believe in. It all starts with talking and listening. It involves all those different circles, connecting, organising, leadership, strategy, action, change, reach, all whirling around together like cogs to provide the power to provoke change. You can see more about this community organising framework at corganisers.org.uk. So where to go to advertise and gather support? It can be quite obvious, can't it? Basically, it's anywhere in your community where people gather. Businesses, schools, pubs, village halls, community centres, allotments, centres of worship, notice boards, social groups, other community leaders, and local social media pages and groups. Word of mouth is the most powerful form of advertising. So that point about other community leaders, if you can find someone who's willing to share your news with their own followers, that's quite powerful. And social media can seem like the dark art, can't it? Here are some top tips from the Be Bout communications team. Create a sense of community online. Utilize personal networks. Again, it's that word of mouth thing. Your personal network, you can share the story, they're more likely to engage because they know it comes from you. Posting regular updates 1 or 2 times a week keeps it fresh. And share that can seem quite onerous, can't it? 1 or 2 times a week, but share the workload between the group. Personal stories are the best. Again, that emotional involvement. Lots of photos and videos. Make the post shareable. It's a little technical thing that is quite obvious, but sometimes we forget. Simple, easy to digest messages, reference trending topics, and avoiding controversy. We don't want to get political. We don't want to be talking about controversial issues such as culling or dogs. Just keep it light and non-controversial. And this top tip: copy, borrow, and steal. I think that just sharing, aren't we? We're sharing all the sorts of information that others are putting out there, spreading the word. I'd like to make a personal call out for involving young people in your groups. I think that's so important for us. Environmental issues are very important to them, and we often get inquiries from young people wanting to volunteer with Be Bout. So it'd be lovely for us to be able to point them in your direction, in the direction of their local community group. And our generation, the older generation, can encourage a sense of climate optimism by empowering young people to take action. Young people might have useful ideas and skills which would benefit our work. Safeguarding can sometimes feel like a minefield. It can be daunting, but if they're part of the Duke of Edinburgh programme, which a lot of the young people who inquire with Be Bout are, they've got a school mentor, and that mentor might be able to offer you some sort of safeguarding advice and support. Parents and carers, they'll take their responsibility for their own children. And actually, we might be able to help you in that creation of a simple policy. We've got our Be Bout safeguarding policy and our code of practice, and we're very happy to share those with you so that you can use those as a basis for your own. So once you've recruited people, you've got people interested. Once you've got people involved, we need to empower them so that they stay involved. Traditionally, community group management has been in the form of a committee. I love this quote by Sir Barnard Cox. A committee is a cul-de-sac down which ideas are lured and then quietly strangled. So is there a better management structure? Maybe one that doesn't involve hours of boring meetings, maybe a more informal discussion, an opportunity for everybody to say their piece. I volunteer as a director of a yoga festival, and what we've done is developed a core group of 4 people who do the planning, and then we widen it out to a support group of another 20 who take responsibility for specific areas. So in dividing the responsibilities in this way, it helps to prevent burnout. Ask your supporters. It's that thing of everybody wanting to give you their opinion. Ask your supporters for their opinions, their input and assistance and advice. Those who give input are more invested in the cause. And avoid becoming a clique by actively buddying with newcomers. Groups naturally form tight friendships, which can have the effect of making others feel excluded. And by using the buddy system, learned skills are also shared. Sharing news of your achievements can make people feel that their contribution is valued and that it does make a difference. And making the activities lighthearted and fun, taking extended tea breaks and including social events in the calendar will encourage participation. So BBOUT's interest in facilitating your mutual support and sharing of expertise. Our mission statement is more nature everywhere, not just on BBOUT reserves. So what we can do is we can offer a website up so you can advertise for volunteers. We've got a community network on Facebook. It's a Facebook group where groups can join and support each other. And then we've got a monthly Zoom that's going ahead where people, again, can come together, share their views, share their successes, ask their questions. We've got on the website a Team Wilder map where we invite you to put your little jigsaw piece of action so that others can see what you're doing and where. We've got an online toolkit, we've got training videos. So we're here, we want to help and support. Thank you.